Yeah, what's going on, CPE gang? We back with another episode of CPE Podcast presents What a Year. And for today's episode, we are going to be doing what is it, 2017, Dan?
I think so.
All right, man.
So.
Whew. First and foremost, before we get started with the episode, I want to give a shout out to all of our guests that we've had on this little show that we have called What a Year. So I want to shout out Adrian. I mean, not Adrian, Ari. Adrian was supposed to be on today. That's why his name came up. But shout out to Adrian too, though. Shout out to Ari and shout out to Talib. Dope guests that we had so far, and we plan on doing some more of the stuff going forward in the future. But for right now, me and Dan is gonna take this one and just run with it, and we're gonna just post it and let you guys go ahead, comment and decide and tell us whether or not if you agree with our picks, if you hate our picks, if our picks are on point, like whatever the case may be. Just make sure you go ahead, leave some comments. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the next couple of episodes, I will be dropping these on our Spotify and our Apple. So go ahead, you can check us out over there also for What a Year. But I predominantly wanted to leave this YouTube exclusive just to get some more subscribers on our YouTube channel and stuff like that. But as we get bigger, they'll come. So I'm not really worried about that. We've had a great year so far for the podcast itself, man. And like I said, man, I can't thank you enough, Dan, for coming along, man, and joining me in this journey. And we here, man. So without further ado, man, let's just do a little recap real quick, man. 2023. It's almost to an end, bro. It's almost to an end.
It's a wrap.
I know. So which means our wrap-up episode will be coming up soon, very shortly, guys. We're going to be doing 2 episodes that week. We'll be doing a regular podcast episode for the week the week of New Year's, and we will be having an exclusive episode for our recap of 2023, where we'll be talking about our top 5 albums, whether it's hip hop, R&B, some of our favorite movies that came out this year, and also something for me, and I know a lot of our listeners over there who are also in that same realm as me. I'm going to be talking about the top 5 video games I've played this year, and also the top 5 animes that have watched this year. So make sure you guys get ready for that, man, because 2023 was a great year. Started a real slow for music and hip hop. I'm not gonna lie, for myself at least. How do you feel about that, Dan? 2023, how was it for you?
Oh, ended great. Everything came out at the end, the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
September to December, everything came out.
Yeah, definitely
now I
saved.
should catch up on. It's gonna be a good list to do that next week anyway.
Yeah, for sure, man. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and just jump into our top 10 list, man. So am I starting this off, or you gonna start it off?
You know I always go last, man.
Let's do it then. All right, man. So listen, my number 10 album, right? And I'm gonna just tell y'all motherfuckers right now, y'all could be pissed all y'all want, but this ended as number 10 for me. And there's a reason why it ended at number 10 for me. 2017 was such a great year for hip hop. It was like it was hard for me, especially my top 5 picks. That one just kept
if you put Damn at 10, I'm gonna be mad at you.
If I put who?
Damn.
No, not even. I'm not disrespectful like that. But I am a little disrespectful with this pick. So coming in at number 10, I have Jay-Z's 444 project.
Oh yeah, that didn't even crack it for me.
Bro, it barely made 10 for me. Like it was
It's a top 15-ish album. It's more important in Jay's catalog than it is like that year.
1000%. I agree with you 1000% with you on that one. Because if we go back and we look at throughout Jay-Z's illustrious career, at least when it comes to the realm of hip hop, he debuted it in 96, his last album, 444 Project, came out in 2017. So that's about 6 years ago now, going on damn near 7 years now, and let me just say, I agree with you, Dan. That was a great project for Jay-Z, for himself, for something that he needed to do as far as for the culture. There's not so many times that we could listen to Jay-Z anymore talk about drug talk, and all that extra shit, especially with the type of person that he's developed into, and over the last few years, with trying to get more involved with and politician work and things of that nature, So the 444 project, it also it put Jay in a very vulnerable state, something that we're not used to seeing Jay throughout his career. You know, he was very open about his cheating scandals and things that he done to Beyonce and throughout the course of their relationship, you know. So I mean, you know how we rock over here at the CPE podcast, you know what I'm saying? We support toxic. And especially if it's going at Beyonce, because them beehive bitches, them bitches was mad and motherfucker. How dare you
Wild.
cheat on Beyonce? You can't cheat on Beyonce. Oh my
He's a
god.
rapper. Come
My
on.
dog. Beyonce is a human just like Jay-Z is a human. And humans cheat, nigga. What the fuck you want me to tell you?
It's Jay-Z, bro.
You know what I'm saying, man? But let me just go dive a little bit deeper into this album though, and just talk about some of my favorite tracks, you know, that I came off this album. Of course, you know, we had the opening single for the song, which is for the album was the story of OJ, you know. I think that song alone, especially the video, is very innovative, you know, something that Jay-Z's never done really too much with in his career, you know, when it comes to animation, you know, and things of that nature. I think, you know, a lot of important things that he said during that song also, you know, about how he was able, he at one point he was going to buy a building of Dumbos, and that a few years later, you know, that building is worth about 5 times the amount that he was originally going to pay for, you know. So the fact that he missed out on that opportunity, you know, saying to make that money flip is just a nice little eye opener for him and for the listeners too, because it gives you it lets you know right off rip, don't hesitate, you know, on doing these type of things. You know, if you have some kind of a gut feeling and you want to follow through with it, then go ahead and do it, because who knows, you know, it may come out to be a great deal, it may come out to be a little blow up in your face, but you're never gonna know if you're always just hesitant on things, you know. Kind of like with the podcast, what we do over here, you know, like there's been a lot of times I wanted to go ahead and start my own podcast and you know, and things of that nature, but every time I went to do that, you know, something fell through. But I was just so fortunate enough to end up with you two guys, you know, with you and also with Jordan, with doing CPE, because two guys who were very passionate, especially you. Like you showed me last week at the episode, and shout out to Vic too, a very good episode, man. Numbers are doing great out there also, so make sure you go check out that episode, man. Just watching you two fanboy over certain productions and everything like that. I was really enjoying myself last week. That's why I got a lot of people saying like, "Yo, you was really quiet when it was going in on that hip hop nerd shit." I'm like, because I like sometimes just to be able to sit back and let y'all do the talking. Like, I don't want to do the talking all the fucking time. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, especially when two people are like going at it real quick, let
Mm-hmm.
everything out. Because a
Yes,
lot of the best podcasters know when to talk, when to stop, when to be silent, when to give it, a minute, a breather. So
exactly. And that's something that I'm taking. I take pride in learning how to do, you know, and getting better
look at
at
Jay Z.
doing it.
Jay Z rapping is a perfect example.
He knew when to quit it. You know what I
Pusha
mean?
T also evidence with the slow
Mm-hmm.
flow.
So, you know, he had a couple of good joints on this one. He also had the song "Bam" with Damian Marley, which I felt like was a kind of like a stealing from Nas recipe, which he does, which he's famous for doing. Like I mean, come on, dog. Like Damian Marley, when have you wanted to do a song with Damian J? But that's neither here nor there, you know. Nas, shout out to Distant Relatives. Album still better than this album. Um,
Yeah,
but also he had us caught their eyes with Frank Ocean. You know, he had Gloria Carter on it, which is his mother, on the Smile song, doing her little talk. He also had a feature for Beyonce with Family Feud, you know, which I think was also a great thing, because like I said, Jay's vulnerability and the exposure that he was giving everybody on this album was something that, you know, not we needed, but something that obviously he needed to do, you know, for himself. So I commend him 100% for that, man.
but
Stepping out
also
there.
because Jay Z will always have a track, maybe two on his albums where he gets vulnerable, he's honest or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
introspective and shit, more than usual. But this one was like the album was basically around that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
Even like Marcy, like that's such a great track too. Like I love
Yeah,
Marcy, one of
Marcy's
my
a
favorite Jay
great
Z
one.
songs now. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know, the thing about that Marcy Me song is that
Yeah,
it's a full 360, you know? Like the Jay-Z who grew up in Marcy Projects, who's come from Queens. I mean, from Brooklyn, you know, one of the grimiest areas in Brooklyn at during the times when he was growing up, you know, and then even into the 90s, you know. I mean, we're from New York City, you know what I'm saying? So we know how grimy Brooklyn could be, how grimy each borough could be at that point, you know. So just watching the 360 view of him and being able to say, damn, homie really came from here. Like he's here, you
Yeah.
know. So like it's a real inspirational story, man. So shout out to Jay once again, man, for that project. And that for me is coming in at number 10, Jay-Z's 444 for 2017. What you got, brother Dan?
Pretty sure you have this in your top 10. So I'm gonna just do a couple of the quotes. Then when you get to it, we'll talk about a little bit more, I guess.
Okay.
So for number 10, I was like kind of fighting for who should get the spot. I was going before between Prodigies. I can't say Hello Jin, some Revolution. That was pretty good, but I didn't feel like it was a top 10, like top 15 maybe. Then I was going back and forth with Joey Badass album, but I felt like the first couple of tracks kind of drag on when they kind of have the same point. So I was like, yeah, because the last type of the album's really good. So that's a good album to All American Badass. And then also, what else was I fighting over? Oh, Static Selector. Yeah, number 8. I mean, the people he's got on that album is insane, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
when we do the post episode, we'll like talk more in depth about the albums that didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like one more that was Big Crit also that was fighting for a number 10 spot.
Mm.
But there's like 2, 3 tracks where I just really could do without. It's a personal thing, not because the tracks are bad. But I feel like Rhapsody's Layla's Wisdom was like it had to be in my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be in my top 10. So that's coming in at number 10. And yeah, this is like to date at this time when this came out. This is the best project by far. She got everybody in this thing, you know, Black Thought, Anderson .Paak, Busta Rhymes. I ain't care much about the Busta Rhymes feature,
Me
but you know,
either. And I think she ate
yeah,
bust on that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But, bro, yo, her and Black Thought, I mean, that shit was fucking epic, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, bro, and also like her, like she's always got basketball references, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina homeboy, you know, we keep a stack house. That's power when you know the game. I'm feeling like a champ. You know, talking about Jay Stackhouse, North Carolina. So like, I always love
Mm-hmm.
her those references she's got about basketball. But yeah, I mean, I like this more than what was 2020 the one you put in your top 10?
Eve.
2019? Yeah, Eve. Yeah, I like this
Yes.
more than Eve. Eve is still like really good, but I think this
Mm-hmm.
is just an easier listen for me. And you know, it's just she's got bars, bro. She just be the first like 7 tracks, she's just rapping, bro.
Barring you to fuck up.
Yeah. Then I got a chain from Mr. Flowers. I gave it back when I got done rapping the same hour. I ain't 5%. Unless we talking the top MCs. It's like, come on, bro. Same Hemogoblin family tree. I know you very well. We all got somebody in our family that we can't save from hell. Pressure, pain, memories of bad things you've been through. Cried so many tears, surprising you ain't mildew. She's just always on it, bro. Like she's always on it.
No, yeah, for
Someone to
sure.
say that like that she doesn't do right, you know, like especially she embodies a good album with like talking about a little bit of everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had a line about like some you know you call me I'm not really black because of my haircut or something, black woman or some shit, but you accept Rachel Dazzle. I'm like, bro, that is such a fucking good ass point, yo.
That's a
You know,
bar.
like Rhapsody is like she's slick. She can bar you, but then she can still make like a fun joint and just be chill. Like she seems like super cool to chill with, you know. So like,
For real.
what's not to like about Rhapsody, you know? So I'm also happy she's coming out with new music, I guess, soon because she
Yeah.
came out with a song right that just came out a while ago. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, we
man, that's my
played it on
number
the
10.
pod.
Yeah,
Asteroids.
yeah. Oh yeah, the Hit Boy song. That's what I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong, but I personally didn't think that this is not the one I want you to come back with though, rap. It's a good song though. Don't get me
It's a
wrong, you
warm
know.
up. It's a warm up. You know, it's a warm up.
Yeah, for sure, man. So
Oh
two
yeah,
things
and
I got
just
to say about that.
her going back and forth to Kendrick. That shit was great too.
Power. I was just about to go there. I was about to say,
Great.
what did you think about the Power song? Because you're right, I do have this on my top 10 albums of the year, but it's a lot higher than what you have it on being
Yeah.
disrespectful. But that's just neither here nor there. But
No,
and yeah,
they
I
both
think
went
with
in. And I love
Mhm.
Kendrick, you know, going in like that too when he's rapping on the future. So that was great. The Black Thought one too, just fucking great, you know. But
Nobody.
Black Thought was fucking this one. Did I even say that one? Yo, this guy was on that shit, bro.
No, for sure,
Uh,
man. Shit, even the joint that because she has a couple of BJ the Chicago Kid features on this one too, also.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak, you know,
Bro, she got
Moonchild.
Music Soul Child on it too. Like, come on.
Like, bruh, she went off on this one, you know, like Lance
Yeah.
Skywalker. Like you said, man, there's a lot of things that we can just go ahead and just give her kudos on when it comes to this project, man. But more importantly for me though, something you said earlier, I actually can agree with you about because as we are doing these what a year episodes, just forcing us to go back and listen to each year, you know, and go back and listen to these projects. And I do agree with you, Layla's Wisdom is better than Eve. For a long time I felt like Eve was the better project, but that was because Eve was more recent.
Recent, yeah.
So it was like in my memories more. And plus I got to see her when she went on tour that year for that album, you know what I'm saying? So of course she did some joints for Layla's Wisdom on when she performed, but she did a lot of the Eve joints. And so that one right there for me had like a special place in my heart. And like you said too, she's a really chill person because even after she performed, you know what I'm saying, she came down, she was chilling in the crowd, she was mingling. Like it was like a nice little small venue, one of those intimate venues. And that's something I
Yeah.
prefer a lot when it comes to some certain artists, especially ones like her, because she is so intimate with her fans. You know, she really cares about her fans. You know, she came out, she was mingling in the crowd. Ciroc was mingling in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to both of those female MCs, two dope, incredible MCs, man. And I would like to see the female MC actually move more into that direction than as opposed to us getting too many fucking Ice Spices and fucking Glorillas all year long, man. You know, come on. And Sexy Reds, like I've had enough of them, especially that Sexy Red chick. Like I never want to see her again on my screen. I never want to hear another ski or whatever the fuck she
She's
says.
got a couple months left, maybe a year.
Yeah, she's got like a year left because she's about to drop her baby. So
But also shout out to the production on this album, you know. Knots,
yes.
like, again with a banging intro, just like Natsuki can't go wrong. Then you got, obviously Ninth Wonder, then who I think is better than Ninth Wonder, Crisis. So they handled the majority, if not all of the production, and they came through. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the production is great in this whole album. So the production just gets you through, and then Rap's gonna do her thing for sure.
Shit, man. Shout out to Knife
Some
Wonder
people,
for
some
real.
people were saying that they thought there was too many beat switches. I didn't feel that way because if the beat switch goes into a beat that's just as good or better, then I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the music I listen to has a lot of beat switches from Arm& Hammer, Billy Woods. Yeah, cool
Yo,
people
man,
like
yo,
that.
you really
Griselda,
put me onto
obviously.
Billy Woods and Arm& Hammer, dog. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been listening to them lately, dog. That nigga Billy Woods can rap.
Yeah, it's a lot of references you have to like look up to like really like get everything. But the more you listen to it, the more you get the gist of what he's saying. So it's gonna come through regardless. So yeah, and like I told you this year when I heard Maps, it clicked to okay, now I get what he's doing and how he's doing it. So it took a while for me to even get his style. So yeah, so much good hip hop, bro.
For sure, man. You know, but yeah, man. So Layla's Wisdom for you coming in at number 10, right? That's a good
Yes, sir.
pick, man. Let's see. So who I got for number 9? Let me pull my list up real quick. All right. And all right, yeah. So this one, for me, all right. So let me just go ahead and explain the reason why I have this guy in at number 9. I have Vic Mensah's the audio biography coming in at number 9 for me. Um, I wasn't really hip to Vic Mensa when he first came out, you know, like he had that one song, "Oh You Mad" with Kanye, you know, when he first came out. I thought it was all right, it was a catchy song and everything like that, but I wasn't really like looking for another one of those kind of artists at that time, you know. So I just, I kind of brushed past him. But then he had came out with a lot's going on, which was like a little 7 EP project that he had dropped previously in 2016, the year before 17. And when I went ahead, I accidentally clicked on 16 shots. And I was like, damn, this guy can rap though. Like he's really nice. So, so that right there forced me to start listening to Vic Mensa and checking out his catalog. Now, when it comes to this album right here, the autobiography, listen, man, from the beginning to the end, top-notch production for me. He has a lot of stuff he's done with Pharrell on this album. Some of the features was definitely hitting for me, like he had the OMG with Pusha T. He also had the Wings with Pharrell and Saul Williams. We Could Be Free with Ty Dolla Sign, so he had some really good. He had Sid on this album with Gorgeous. The Dream, of course, he was on this album also. But more in depth with, like I said, with just some of the songs that he had solo wise. the Memories on 47th Street, you know what I'm saying? That song right there is a really great song, especially because he talks a lot about the neighborhoods that he come from in Chicago, you know. Um, I think it's a known fact around the world during that time, the 2017, 2016, the war in Chirac and everything that was going on out there. Academics was covering some of the stuff that made him and Vince trade words at one point, and Vince threatened to slap the shit out of him on Everyday Struggle, which is still a classic moment.
Good times, good times.
Oh man, I missed that show, man. And in that form, the way it was with Joe, Ack, and Nadeska. After them, like I tried to get hip to it, but you could see that it was dying after that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to this project though, yo. So just like I said, man, some of the songs that he has by himself, he really shines. You know, he really talks about a lot of the things that he's went through in his life and the way he's grown up out there in Chicago, which is very eye opening for a lot of people who are not privy to this type of lifestyle that they live in Chicago or anywhere else in the United States when it comes to our ghettos. You know, a lot of people just think automatically like it's just this city or it's just this city. Like they think of Compton or you know what I'm saying? Like, but sometimes you forget that there's ghettos around the world. I know people don't forget about Chicago, but I just love whenever I have dope artists who can rap from Chicago. You know, Chicago, they have they have an interesting what's the word I'm looking for? They have an interesting cast when it comes to their rappers and their representatives for the Chicago area, you know, whether it's a backpacker, you know, when it comes to people like Lupe and Common and stuff like that, or
Frank
whether
Eagle.
yeah, you know, or whether it's somebody like Vink Mensa or Lil Durk or you know, or even Herbo, you know, when it comes to their style of music and what they do over there, you know, also like the King Vaughns and rest in peace to Vaughn and you know, and just all the other people out there in Chicago where they bring different perspectives from their areas and their hoods and stuff like that. So I definitely enjoyed this album from beginning to end. Honestly, this album has not a single skip for me, and that's being honest. And like I said, man, so this is number 9 coming in for me, Vic Mensa autobiography. Very, very dope project. If you guys didn't have a chance to go check it out, I advise you guys just check it out. Every one of these albums that we are about to list on this top 10 list of for 2017, do yourselves a favor. If you are music people out there like me and Dan, you know, and you do take what we say when it comes to music very, very personal and you know, you think that we have a great opinion about things, then listen to us and listen to some of these albums, man, because these are some dope ass albums that came out in 2017. So what you got, brother Dan?
Number 9, the man, the myth himself, Odyssey with Iceberg, clocking in at 47 minutes. I feel like this it came out February 24th. I feel like this is the album where like it almost sounds like it's just straight instruments. I don't know if there's even a sample in this album. Like
Mm-hmm.
because it just maybe just reinterpolated the samples maybe, but like the last 3 albums, like the last 12 albums before this, even like he started going more towards that, you know, like in the Good
Mm-hmm.
Fight before this, it was I think it was more halfway, and that thing before that was Tangible Dream. I think that was definitely way more sample heavy with some instruments, if I remember right. But Tangible Dream is fucking probably my favorite Odyssey album still. But I mean, you know, it's just classic Odyssey shit. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
just you know introspective, live instruments. He's really good at arranging what he's trying to do, whether it's verses, hooks, the sounds, the intros, the outros. Like he really produces his work, you know. So like Odyssey is just always on top, man. And one of the verses I like from him, I believe it's like in the third or fourth track. He goes, "When asked to speak, I'm asked to speak, but not to tell the truth. Anonymously in the credits, you can check the proof in the camera. Innovators and creators real in the mirror. Imitators and the takers steal. That's a practice put in action that could win awards. Yeah, we love the frauds, but I hate the ones that really come with cause. Moment of silence for me. I don't really need applause. Think I'm not enough when I'm alone with my inner thoughts. May I never meet the people I'm inspired by, and find out
Mm.
they really, really fake or they just kind of lied. Like." It's Odyssey, man.
That's a very
It's
important line right there, man. Because me sometimes meeting your idols can really fuck up your fandom for them.
also if you meet them at the wrong time, you know, because
That's
like
true.
Like a lot of times people be like, "Oh, this celebrity, this person's an asshole." It's like if you met them at the wrong time, you approach them the wrong way, you can't take just one interaction as that. Obviously, it could mean everything, it could mean nothing. So with that. But I mean, honestly, it always gives you a full album. Talks about everything that's going on in his life at the time. He had a song was talking about a girl he met in Brooklyn. They were seeing each other, but she lives like she's out all the time. He's always traveling because of music. Da, 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 da. And it's just he gives you everything and you want from an artist.
Mhm.
He's see through. He tells you everything. There's no secrets with him. So shout out to Odyssey. He's been doing this for like 20 years, over 20 years, obviously. So DMV.
Yeah, for sure, man. Listen, y'all. I just want to go ahead and comment also because that didn't make my top 10, but it made my honorable mentions. But yeah, just like you said though, for Odyssey, man, he always comes through and he delivers, man. Like whether it's production wise for himself, you know what I'm saying, or the rhymes. Like
I
Odyssey is
never
like
not like his stuff. I never not like his stuff.
never. There's not a
Yeah, it's
single
always
Odyssey
good.
project I'll be like,
Yeah,
I don't know about that one, you know.
yeah.
Especially the Good Fight. The Good Fight is my favorite Odyssey album though.
Yeah, I got tangible dreams. So let me get to that here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's I know for a fact that one's gonna be ranked really high for me on that list because I still listen to that album till this day, like all the time. Especially We Belong to the World. That's like one of my favorite songs ever, man. That beat. Yo, that shit is just so heavenly, dog. Like Odyssey is really, like you said, man. You hit it
He's
right on the
that
head.
dude, bro.
He's
Yeah,
really that dude, yo. Like so,
yeah.
huge shout out to Odyssey, man. DMV, like you said, man. Shout out to everybody over there in that area,
And
man.
and if you like interviews and shit, watch his interviews. He's always dropping some type of jewels, whether it's
Yes,
music, live shit. He's one of the best interviewees, the best, like one of them up there for sure.
shit, man. I would love to get an interview with Odyssey one day. Yo, Odyssey, CPE, we need you, baby. That's a fact.
CPE and DMV.
CPE and DMV, you heard? Stop playing with me, man. Great album. All right, man. So let's see. Number 8 for me. Oh man. Woo. This one right here. All right, let me just pull up the track list before I go ahead and announce what it is. This one right here for me, I got put onto Shimino kind of late, I guess, because
That's that's
Shimino,
that's a hard project right there.
the
Definitely
Black
in
Swan,
the cut. Yeah, no, he's just fire in general though. But Smino's
bruh.
that guy. He's that guy, bro.
Talk about an innovative style. Talk about him just coming with so many different like the production alone, man. The way he like what you were saying also when the beat switches in the middle of a song, I think he's great at doing stuff like that. Just some of the like I said, man. Let's just go over some of this track list. The first
Does he
song
make his
that
own production?
I think he does do some production. I think he does.
I've heard some of his projects, but I haven't like gone into like his work process, his
Mm-hmm.
workflow, who makes his production and shit. My boy put me onto him. Shout out to Julian, the chef.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Julian, man. Here. Yeah, man. So starting off the project with the Wild Irish Roses, man. Yo, I love that fucking song, man. Like I hate the drink. Let's just be honest with you. Let's be honest about that. But the song itself, man, the Wild Irish Roses, definitely a fucking banger right there. I've also played it on our podcast. Maraca, Glass Flows, you know what I'm saying? Flea Flicker, Spit Shine, Netflix and Duce. Yo, I love that fucking song, son. I think, yo, yo, I swear, man, like it's the way he distorts his voice and everything like that, and then he rhymes, and then he comes in with a whole different melody. He's definitely one of my favorite guys, especially when it comes to like the new people. Because I like I said, I was put onto him late, but then because I got put onto him from this album in particular, right? And when I went and I started doing some research on him, I seen that this was his first official release album, you know what I'm saying? But he's had singles and little EPs and everything like that
Yeah.
prior to that, dating back to 2014. That's as far as I've seen when I went checking for when I first originally heard about Shimino. And actually I got to see Shimino live this year in concert when I went to go see JID and Shimino, and they absolutely fucking killed that show, bro. Like that is definitely like my top three shows that I've been to this year. So yeah, so shout out to Shmino, man. But like I said, man, just those tracks right there, and just keep going. The Anita song, great. Edgar Allan Poe, Hold Up, another great one. Father, Son, Holy Smoke, another banger, man. So he just this whole entire album from beginning to end is complete to me. Like I said, when it comes to certain artists and the way they go about doing their craft, when it comes to like, because a lot of people was at one point when he first came out, they said, "Oh, he reminds me too much of Kendrick." And I kind of didn't, I kind of seen it in the beginning, but I'm like, not really, because because Kendrick doesn't really sing, you know what I'm saying? But and I wish people would stop crediting Kendrick for the change of the voice and everything like that, and during his
Well, you have
songs.
plenty of rappers that do that. Also, Danny
Exactly.
Brown. Danny Brown's great with that too.
But for some reason, everybody's like, "Oh, Kendrick was the first one doing it." I'm like, no, he wasn't. Like,
Well, it's like people saying that Drake started singing rap. I'm like, bro, you guys are just people have been singing in rap since the beginning.
I mean, what are we talking about, dog? Like, did y'all not listen to the 90s music? Did you not listen to the 80s music? Like, they've been doing this shit for decades before there was even a Drizzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like I said, just the way he incorporates his style with his music, and the way he switches his flows, he goes in and out of his pockets with his singing, and then goes jump right back into his rapping. It's just a definitely great thing for him, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing whatever else projects that he has coming out for the future. Because he dropped his last project in 2022. So I can wait a little while for him. I don't want him to rush the process. You know what I'm saying? I think when they rush these artists to just give them new music, that's when you start getting like the weaker stuff. You don't have time to sit there and perfect your craft. So
Yeah.
uh
When you're ready, man.
yeah, exactly. Like not everybody's Conway.
Not everybody's Don Trip this year. Or
Don
please
Tripp
don't
and Conway. Both of them motherfuckers, man. But Don Tripp definitely had it this year with the amount of projects that he dropped, man. And
like
dog,
10 albums.
I ain't listened to none of them.
I'm not listening to any of them. I'm not reviewing them for 2023 year review. I'm not listening to 10 albums.
Yeah, no, I'm not at all either. My favorite song from it still is "Letter to My Son," and that song is old as fuck right now, man. But yeah, so that's what I have coming in for number 8, man. Is Shmino, Black Swan. I know a lot of people probably gonna talk shit because I have this album ranked before Jay-Z's 444 album, but the reason why I have these albums ranked in this order is because these are the albums that I've listened to the most, and these are the albums that, and to be honest with you, this album actually was higher on my list. And I still thinking about it, listening right now at number 8. I think I could have probably put it 2 more spots up, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there, man. So Black Swan, Shmino coming in at number 8 for me. What you got, brother D?
Number 8, I just started listening to this guy, so he's new to me. His name is Milo.
Mm.
The name of the album is called Who Told You to Think. He runs around with Open Mike Eagle that called the Hellfire Club. So he's in that camp of people. It's 42 minutes long, came out in August, and he's definitely poetical in his style. In this album, the soundscapes are very lucid, very kind of airy, a little trippy, not trippy, but just like very almost laid back, kind of jazzy. Like this is a great album to like go out and walk your dog, take
Mm.
a hike, chill at the park, and just sit on the bench for a second, listen to a couple minutes, something like that. But bro,
Wait, is
this
hip hop what you listen to when you walk your dogs?
well, I mean, depends what I'm listening to.
I say, don't be getting
What do
to
you
a
read?
murder state with the dogs now, man.
Most of the rappers I listen to don't talk about that shit, bro. Oh yeah, let me see. All right, so this guy goes, spit a diaphanous gossamer, and then he signed it in calligraphy. Sincerely, just another blasphemous philosopher. Quick question, quick question. Why is your favorite rapper always bragging about his business acumen? Like we asked, like we asked. Why is your favorite rapper always babbling about his brand again? Like we asked him, like we asked him. So this Milo's definitely the type of artist whose art over just like selling shit. Like that's what it is to him. It means more to him than it does. I'm just trying to make money. And in
Mhm.
one of his things, he goes like, my vocabulary pays the rent. So that tells you everything you need to know about Milo. And in the band camp, he left this on his album for this album. Who told you to think is about boundaries and permissions? The artist creating their own license to ill. What it means to answer a call that never comes. The process of flaw turned idiosyncrasy, turned style. The old transmutation spell. That happening as one perfects tricks in terms of magic. Yada, yada, yada. So it's a really easy listen. It doesn't feel like 42 minutes. It feels more like 30. But then when there's a posse cut, that beat is so hard, bro. Oh my fucking god,
Mm.
bro. That posse cut, oh my god. I'm like, I gotta write to this shit. This shit is just fucking a banger, bro. Banger. So yeah, this album's really, really, really good.
Wait, you
It
still
was
write?
how you don't ever stop writing or making beats or doing whatever you like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. You retire from basketball, you still shoot the hoop.
That's true.
Unless you're
That's
Michael
true.
Jordan, you got no you fucking got everything. But yeah, I really like this album. I can't wait to get into his other projects because this is the first one I heard from him. So yeah, I'm really excited to hear what this guy got. From what I heard from other reviews, this is his best album to date when he came out with this one. So I might go backwards to the beginning and then go to whatever he came out with after this, so I could see
Mm-hmm.
his progress. So yeah, shout out to I think it's from Milwaukee. I think it's Milwaukee where he's from. So shout out to Milwaukee. You know,
Mm.
it's good to get rappers from other places. You know, you get different types of you know, introspective, ways of how they think and how they live and shit. So that's always dope.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to Milwaukee. Yeah, shout out to Vixen the Assassin. She from out there too.
Oh yeah,
Battle rapper. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I love Vixen the Assassin. Yo, but yo, she wilding out there on her OnlyFans. She wilding.
and
She
she
is
got an OnlyFans.
she got her OnlyFans and it was on sale for like
Yeah,
five. It was on sale for like $5 last week. I tapped in real quick.
yeah. We promote sex
I
workers on the
promote, man.
CPE
Yeah.
podcast. If you want to get promoted, talk to us. We can work
Yeah.
with you.
No, for real. I mean, I
We
reached
can do it. We could do a side episode.
yeah,
You
I
can talk
reached
about the
out to her
content
too
we
though.
create.
I've actually reached out to her too about an interview too, man. Because she now, but despite the whole OnlyFans thing, man, like she's actually one of my favorite female battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her for sure, for
Is she
sure.
better than Misfit?
No,
I don't
I
think
mean
anybody.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't think anybody. Like honestly, like all the women I've listened to, like there's a lot of good ones, but it's just Misfit to me just obliterates them, bro.
Yeah,
It's not even fair to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but I really love Misfit, yo. She's just, oh my god, bro. She's a bad motherfucker, bro.
you know what it is for me. Misfit lyrically will beat Vixen probably, but for the shock value and crowd control and everything, I think Vixen will win that battle because she has those factors over Vixen. I mean, over Misfit.
No. Lucky!
Bro, listen,
Lucky! Yeah,
I'm
no,
telling you,
Misfit,
man.
Misfit could do some crowd control too, though.
No, she can. Like, cause she battled my cousin Duchess, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh, yeah, that's your cousin?
yeah, Duchess,
No
CUNY.
shit.
Yeah, it's my cousin. Yeah. So shout out to
Yeah, no
Duchess.
shit.
Yeah. So I remember when they battled it up in the Bronx and shit like that. That shit is on YouTube, man. So make sure you got
Yeah.
your she came up with she hit it with the the December 4th and then hit it all with the 4 bars. Like I was like, yo, Tina. Like that's Duchess' real name. I'm like, yo, what
Yeah.
are we doing here, son? Like that, son. Like, yo,
Yeah.
she is
Yeah.
nice.
Being alive after a Misfit battles, yeah, I commend you, bro.
Bro. And I was like, nah, that's family one. You know what I'm saying? I was saying that, but then I went back recently, maybe about a year ago, maybe, and I watched that battle. I'm like, yo, I love you, Duchess, but dog, son, Misfit got that one, son.
Yeah, Misfit's funny, bro.
She
She's
is
fucking
funny, man.
hilarious, bro.
Yo, this is not about battle rap either, y'all. But yo, we just had to get that off real quick. So shout out to Vixen, shout out to Misfit, and shout out to Duchess, man. All right,
Where we at, number
guys.
7?
Yeah, that was number 7. No, so I'm at number 7. Yep, right. All right, number 7. So it's funny you said that earlier today, man, about Big Crit because that's who I got for number 7, Big Crit.
Yo, that
Forever is a
album is,
mighty long
bro.
time.
But what's the TI track? Big Bang?
Let me pull up the track list right now, bro. I told
Bro,
you
I
I got.
played that shit to wake up in the morning while making breakfast and shit for like a whole 2 months, bro. That is such a banger, bro. I
Yeah,
got
Big
Big
Bang.
Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang. Yep, that's the
Yo,
shit. Yep,
that album is really, that's a really great album, bro.
it's a
It's like,
really great album.
it's got everything you need. It's like, oh my God, the production is so good. So good. That's such a good album, bro. Such a good album.
For sure, man. So let's just go through some of these songs. Of course, you mentioned the Big Bang with Ti. That's a dope ass feature right there. But before we got any further though, we had the confetti track right there, which is one of my joints right there. I love that fucking song right there. The 1999 with Lloyd. Lloyd is another underrated R&B artist in my opinion. I've always enjoyed his music. Um, I didn't really care for his last album that he had put out though. That's the one where he was like naked and he had like the guitar in front of him and shit like that on the cover.
There's only one D'Angelo. You
Yeah,
got
yeah,
and one
yeah.
Lenny
Like,
Kravitz.
yeah, like come on, dog. Like, but whatever. I really didn't care for the album too much. But before that, all his other projects, like the King of Hearts, the the um the South Side album, that his debut album. You know what I'm saying? His
Yeah.
second album. I'm drawing a blank right now.
He was a
What's his?
Murder Inc., right?
Yeah, he was with Murder Inc.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So yeah, and Murder Inc. Man, listen, they don't get credit for a lot of the shit that they done, man. But they brought us Lloyd and Ashanti.
They made mad money. They got enough credit, man. They be alright.
No, we gave them credit back in the early 2000s, but nowadays they kind of the shit on their legacy, like, oh, Murder Inc. Nobody was checking for them. Like, y'all niggas wasn't outside then.
Yeah, that's not even real. You can't say that.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying.
You can't say no one's checking for them.
But back to this
All they
album,
all they
man.
did was make this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But back to this album, Ride With Me, another great feature, man, with Bun B and Pimp C.
Hey,
I always love to hear Pimp, even if it's an old verse that I've heard before, man, because it just makes me miss Pimp C. Like, he was such a swag guy, like, yo, bruh, that nigga really made you want to be a pimp. I ain't even gonna hold you. Niggas like him and Too Short, they made me want to get into the pimp game, son. I'm like, nah, but I can't be out here doing that shit though. You know what I mean? But nah, Pimp C though, just the way he talks and the way you know what I'm saying, the way
you
he
add a little
carried it.
pimp to your game, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Add a little
yeah.
bit, yeah.
You know what I mean? So the way he talks, his dress, the way his like everything
At
about
the
Pimp C.
mouth, at the mouth.
So rest in peace to Pimp C always, man. And Bun B is to me has always been an underrated rapper too when it comes to the South. Well, not just the South, but just when it comes to lyricism from lyrics, because all right, let's be honest. A lot of people didn't look for the South for lyricism growing up, Of course, we had those, what I'm saying, those rare occasions when we had artists like fucking Scarface, who was one of the greatest storytellers of all time, you know what I'm saying? And then even down to like some people like honestly, like I can consider Ludacris a lyricist. I do, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, come on. I mean, he ate the track with Nas and Jadakiss in the remix. He had the best
Yeah.
verse.
Yo, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I don't think
So
it's that we don't look to like the stuff for lyricists. Is that they usually make really good music, so
mhm.
it's overall just better music than we just listen to like lyricists that don't make great albums per se, you know. And on a generalized type of thing, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, Bumpy's always fucking. He's always on point. He never comes weak. It's one of those things when you're so good at your job, like people forget, you know.
Yeah.
We forget to mention them because we know, but it's like we're talking about like whoever's like popping, whatever great future verse or did this last week or something, you know. So and there's just so
Mhm.
many fucking rappers, bro. You know.
You know what I want to do with you, bro? Because since they always want to make lists about New York City and all the extra good shit, man, me and you, we should do a top 50 if we could come up with. I know there's probably 50 rappers we could definitely come up with, but let's do a top 50 of the South region, man. We could
Yeah,
put the list together, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta equally decide on certain people, you know what I mean? Like we know certain ones is gonna go in the back, certain ones gonna go in the forward. But we'll discuss that later on, man. But let's do a South one, man. Is it something different to start off for 2024, man? Just giving each region their flowers, you know what I mean? We'll do something like that for 2024 coming up.
but
All right, man. So yeah, so now it's on you, bro. Wait, hold on. Let me just go ahead and just do a couple more shout outs for this album right here. He also has Sleepy Brown and
double
CeeLo
album,
Green.
right?
Huh?
The double album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the features are great.
the features
Isn't
are
Jill Scott on it
absolute.
too?
Jill Scott is actually, yes, higher calling. Yes, she
Yeah,
is on this. I'm like,
yeah,
she is, but what's the name of the
bro. It's
song?
just so there's so many songs. It's just fucking and it's fire the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
You
Robert
know,
Glasper, he had on it.
oh, can't go wrong there.
You could never
Did I
go
see?
wrong with
Did I
her.
see Bilal in that shit too?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. See what I'm saying? Like everybody's on that shit, bro.
So shout out to everybody who showed up for this album. Shout out to Big Crit for dropping an amazing project. Like you said, it was a double album, 1 hour and 25 minutes, and it came out in August, late. So it was a late entry for 2017. I mean, not August, October. Sorry, October 27th for 2017. And I think that was like the re-release for it because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was a double album, but it wasn't like a deluxe version of it, right?
No, I was just the whole thing.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. All right, cool. All right, man. So that's what I got for number 7 for me. Big Crit.
Number 7, I got Brother Ali, All the Beauty in This Whole Life. It's like every time I listen to a Brother Ali album, I'm like, all right, this has to be a top 10. Like I can't even fight it if I want to, bro. It's an hour long. It's good throughout. Entirely produced by Ant. So Rock is in here. Idris Phillips, them Alice. But when Rock came in, I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's
Uh-huh.
fucking go. Some like people said that there's like a too much of a positive album. I didn't really get that. I mean, when he's talking about it, yes, but the production is just it carries it so well that like it doesn't feel like oh I don't want it's too positive. It doesn't really feel like that to me. But I don't really want to talk about this album as much as one. Go check it out, listen to it if you got some time. Brother Ali just like one of a kind, man. Just a really one of a kind type of a rapper.
No, he
And
definitely
man,
is.
there's some live instrumentation on this album, I think, because there's like a little guitar thing, like the third track or something. It just sounds so good, bro. It's just fucking loving it, bro. Yeah, so this came out May 5th, 2017, clocks in a whole hour, and yeah, it's a really good fucking album. I'll say it's probably third, maybe fourth Brother Ali album for me in this list.
On
But
2017?
nah, on out of his catalog.
Oh, out of his
I mean,
okay, okay. I'm
third,
about to
third or
say,
fourth.
wait, he had that many projects that year? I was
I'm
about to
going up
ask
top.
you.
No. He really does one album, puts
Yeah.
it out. You know, like yeah.
Which it should be done, Sometimes oversaturation is
Depends
not
on the art.
great.
Depends on the artist, you know. But
Yeah, I guess. I
we only
guess.
got so much time.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah, every time I look at the albums, I gotta listen to or re-listen to. I'm like, an hour long, you son of a bitch.
You
I'm
just be
like,
wanting a nice
huh.
little 40 piece.
But when it's good though, when it's good the whole way throughout, like bro, like the majority of these albums are an hour long.
Mhm.
The majority of these albums are all hour long, but they're all good. You know, so no matter how you do it, it's well. Like even Freddie Gibbs, You Only Live Twice, that was 30 minutes. I didn't love it, but it was still thorough. But it did what it did, I guess, for half hour, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
that. I have that actually in my honorable mentions as well.
yeah, like it wasn't it didn't feel like a full project.
It didn't. It
And
didn't give me that
and
Freddie
and what
Gibbs
was
thing.
that phone song or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Number 6, man. Number 6. So I got the big boss, Ricky Ross. Rather you
Yeah.
than me, huh?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, um, originally when I had first did this list, this album was actually in my top 3, and I'm not gonna say where in my top 3. But it did end up in my top 3 albums of 2017. But like you said, going back, there's a lot of albums that I have on my list now, the final list, that wasn't there or was replaced with something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
Like,
you're going back and forth with like, does it merit to put it here? But then you at the end you think, all right, what are my favorite albums that I'm gonna go back to or keep going back to, but I also think are the best. And then you
mhm,
do your list like, all right, like that's like the main thing out of the equation, you know, probably like 60% of it at least.
exactly, for sure. But yeah, man. So rather you than me, Rick Ross. It opens up the song, the album with "Apple of My Eye" with Raphael Sadiq. Never could go wrong with Sadiq at all. One of my favorites of all time. True legend
He's
for
a
real,
sniper.
bruh. Me and
He's
my
a
lady,
sniper.
I think my lady said she got tickets for us to go see him. He's coming out here soon, bro. And if she don't have them, I will get them. I know she mentioned it. So yeah, we will be going to see Mr. Sadiq. That's for sure. Um, but yeah, so Santorini, Greece, another great song right there. Idols become rivals. Listen,
Oh yeah.
first of all, let's just go ahead and talk about what happened, what he did with that song, which was had Chris Rock in it. He has Chris Rock all over this album, you know what I'm saying? Which I think was a great time for Chris Rock, because it's great to see our legendary comedians get on some of these albums and do just the shit talking, because it's nostalgic for us. Because I remember back in the day when the OG comedians used to do this, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of got away from that shit, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. So seeing people like Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle just come on and just make a little, just what I guess you would call a cameo feature or something like that. Like,
Yeah, well, Chris Rock was in like an interlude to the Method Man album, to Cal, not to
yeah,
Cal, Judgment Day. Cedric the Entertainer is in the
Cedric.
Kanye album, the first one. So you got things like that.
Yeah, so I think it's great that they still doing that right now, or at least trying to bring it
I
back.
know Hannibal Buress and Dream
Hannibal
Break,
Buress.
like Chris album, we had 2018.
That's a fact.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Hannibal Buress been in a few projects, so
But yeah, so that this is when basically Rick Ross came out and started taking shots at Birdman for him not paying Wayne, which was during that time Wayne was going through that public battle with him for the money, you know what I'm saying? So Ross decided to step out on the ledge. Also, he said that Khaled was loyal. That nigga was loyal. And you did him dirt.
and now
Said
yeah, Wingstop.
he said the pain in my eyes when I see my brother. That nigga Ross, yo, he be making. Yeah, I fuck with Ross though, man. Shout out to Rose, man. But yeah, man. Then he had Young Thug and Wale on the next joint, Trap. Yo, that nigga Wale is, I'm telling you, Thug, first of all, Thugger came, he smashed that shit too. He said, I'm about to make a movie, yeah. Yo, I said, bitch, I'm richer than Tom Cruise, yay, hey. And that's when everyone was like, nigga, no, you not. The internet came out immediately, was like, no, you not. You're not richer than Tom Cruise, nigga.
Not
But
today.
but yeah, man, Wale he come through. He said, I'm nothing like them rap guys. He mean, I kind of do bag dimes. You know what I'm saying? Like how them niggas be bagging up
Yeah,
dimes, he be bagging up dimes. I got that
yeah.
one right there. My son Wale, yo, I love that song right there. Give me 5 on the black side. That's my son. Then he had the Dead President song with Future, Jeezy, Yo Gotti. That's another great joint right there too. Little South connection for all of them. She on My Dick with Gucci Mane. I didn't really care for it that much, but I did like that song. I think She Liked Me with Ty Dolla $ign, another great feature. Powers That Be with Nas, but Nas smoked that track, yo. I think when you give Nas these type of beats right here, you know exactly what he's gonna do on them. You feel me? Like
Isn't
it's
that
just
when they were saying, "Oh, Rick Ross should produce a Nas album, like pick the beats and shit,"
like what
but he sounded so
executive
good on
producer.
it. Yeah.
Uh, see, all right.
Well, that
I'm
was also the DJ Khaled type thing with that beat also on
yeah.
that song. Yeah.
But the thing about that is, I wouldn't be mad at that because Ross picks great beats. He picks great
Immaculate,
beats.
immaculate.
But I don't know if I would just want him to pick to executive producer Nas album. Because despite what people say, like I really like a lot of those beats that everybody was trashing back in the day from Nas. Nas picked terrible beats. Now, yeah, there's a
Well,
couple of them that was just like
the
no
thing is that
good.
when you're like a lyricist forward, when you're going through beats and the beat comes on and your brain starts working already, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna write to this because it's coming out as soon as you hear the beat. I feel like that's what he does, you know. Some rappers just
Yeah,
do that. Homeboy Sam, man. That's why I feel like that's why they could just like work, you know. Well, other rappers, they
exactly.
put the beat first and they're like, all right, what am I gonna do? Like Jay-Z, when he does a song, he said it's like a Rubik's Cube. You know, he's gotta find, okay, what's the message for this one? What's the point to this one? How am I gonna do this, you know? And obviously there's different ways, you know, you write in different times, you know, depending what it is. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like for instance, like you said, like you know what the rapper's gonna do when he come through. I'm not like I fucking I despise that zone out song. That beat, that
No, no. See, when the album came out in the beginning, I didn't like that beat at all. Now I love that beat because it's just
zone out. I hate that
bro, that
shit.
beat is so grimy, bro. And he was just talking
But
shit,
he was going in on that.
the
That's
shit
what I was
about
gonna
who
say.
Cameron or whoever. Yo, he was
Yeah.
spazzing on that song, bro. I love that song now. But
Yeah, no,
growing up,
I
I'm like
love the
scared.
song. I love the song because he raps on that shit. But like, well, I love Nas because Bravehearts. I'm like, yo, Jungle was
Bro,
not
that,
it.
that that song just feels like he's in the basement. They just press play on some shit and he's
He
just
just zoned
rapping,
out. He just
spazzing,
zoned
bro.
out,
Just
nigga.
yo, that song is
I
grimy,
hate
bro.
that beat. That beat is so
I
fucking
love that beat now,
annoying.
bro.
That beat is so annoying, man. I swear. But yeah, man. So but just Maybach Music 5 with Dej Loaf. That was a great song. Summer 17. Another feature to wrap up the album with Yo Gotti. So yeah, so there's a couple more songs that I didn't mention, but
There's
he had
another Ross album, right?
but yeah. But this was a
Yeah, another
great
Ross
Ross
album.
album. 14 songs, an hour and 2 minutes. They clocked in at, and there you go. Rather you than me, Rick Ross, number 6 for your boy Chief for 2017. What you got, brother
Big
D?
votes. We at number 6. Um, I'm pretty sure you got this album in your top 10, so I won't go far into it. That's after you confirm that you do. I got Kendrick Lamar, Damn.
I do have it.
All right, so when we get to yours,
We'll deep dive into
we'll
it.
talk more. Yeah, but yeah, this is just not just. It's every time I play this album, I'm like, I forget how much I like it because on the outside, it feels more like commercially,
Mm-hmm.
like he's doing like the sounds everybody is doing, but the beats are really good on this shit. And even like a song like Loyalty, which I wouldn't like him and Rihanna just great, just a good song. Like I actually like that song. Any
That's
other
a
two people,
really
I would
good
be like, I
song.
don't want to hear this shit. But the whole album's pretty fucking good. I think maybe there's like one track I don't love. But I mean, Kendrick Lamar, as usual, does what Kendrick does,
Mm-hmm.
conceptually wise, introspective wise, always just bringing in the intellectual side of rap. We're like, oh,
Yes.
you got to think about what the fuck you're saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, maybe you meant this, that, and third. But yeah, I love the cover art. Beats are pretty good. And then the beats, he's like, on the ones he's talking shit on, like Humble and DNA, he's like saying, oh, I could do what y'all do. I could do this shit anytime. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
taunting rappers. So while at the same time talking about real shit, fear, lust, etc. But yeah, I mean, it's Kendrick Lamar. So we'll talk about that when he comes up in your list.
Yeah. But just because you mentioned it real quick, I just want to harp on it. When you talk about the album cover, right? I read something very interesting the other day about Kendrick Lamar and how he goes about picking his cover arts for his albums, right? So listen to what they were saying, and I'm paraphrasing obviously because I can't remember exactly how it was, but basically they were saying like the Good Kid, Mad City. It was supposed to be like a movie script. You feel me? And if you listen to
Yeah,
it with everything, with the
yeah.
skits especially, you get where they're going with that, right? All right, cool. You got that point, right? So that's why if you look at the cover to the album, it looks like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be presented like a movie script. I mean, like a movie title and everything, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Then you go ahead, pardon me, to Pimp a Butterfly, right? That was supposed to be like a black poetic cover. So like it's like a cover for some black poem. I'm trying to remember what they said it was basic, but basically that's why you listen to that album. Why that album is like kind of like a
Yeah.
poem. You feel me? So you following me, right?
Yep.
Now, Damn, right? Damn is the Time magazine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
You
The
see
font.
it, right? And that's why each title is way is written in big
Oh,
letters.
Italic, I think, right? Yeah.
You see how you see where I'm going, right? Now,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Morale and Big Steppers, right? That album is supposed to be like a screenplay, and that's why that album is the way it is. It's presented.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, so I sat back and I thought about it. I'm like, yo, they fucking right. Now I don't know if someone figured this out, like, you feel me? And they was like, nah, or this is actually true or not, you know what I'm saying?
Checked out.
But it pans out to be actually true on what they were saying. So so shout out to that guy. I can't remember who I seen wrote that, but yeah. So that's a great thing though. Just talking about the album cover, man. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into number 5, man.